What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It is your boy D Dyson. Today, what I wanted to do is give a review of True Detective Season 3. And I just have to say and start off and say that it was a phenomenal season. I was hooked into it. I am upset that it was only 8 episodes. I wish it was 10. But what the hell. And I'm truly happy that season 3 revived the franchise, because with season 2, with starring Colin Farrell and Vince Vaughn, that it lured away from its roots that Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson made, and they created that. So it was a True Detective series of personal demons, and then you're still trying to find and solve this crime of child abduction and headed down in that route. So season 3 brought it back to its roots with Mahershala Ali playing the lead, and when I say he did a very good job playing Wayne Hayes, aka Purple Haze, and Stephen Dorff as his partner in Roland West. Now, Stephen Dorff, to me, is an underrated actor, and everybody would know Stephen Dorff for playing Deacon Frost in the original Blade, which is a classic, and classic villain in Stephen Dorff. So having these two detectives in Arkansas trying to solve this missing kids, child abduction case, and they find that one of the kids, the little boy, who is two pair of kids that went off into the woods, and one of them, they both come up missing, and then find that the boy in the woods is dead and the girl is still missing. So it just leads down a spiral of you don't know what to expect, and I love that. On top of the fact that they're looking for this, trying to solve this case pretty much, and Wayne Hayes, which is Mahershala Ali's wife, played by Carmen Ajo, whose name is Amelia. He don't really say her name too much, but as his wife, and she plays a school teacher, also a author, and she's a writer to a book. And the book that she's writing is based upon that case. So it brings a lot of tension. You get to see, Mahershala Ali and Stephen Dorff through 3 phases of life. One, when they started on the case, it goes cold, so much drama happens with Mahershala Ali's character, and then they just kind of part ways, and you go through the whole season not knowing why. It started off in, the early 80s, then it goes into the 90s, and then the third phase is that he's an old man. And when it kind of starts, he's an old man, in his 70s. He has memory problems, which is probably like a first stage of Alzheimer's, and it explores that depth a lot, as far as him, having voices with his wife, and, in various characters of him being in war. So it's told through him as an old man trying to recollect the case. I know, he's getting interviewed about this case, so it made him bring up a lot of different, images, trauma, memories, all into one with this case. So it made him dig back into the case because it just went cold. And when I say that it just kept you on edge, because it was a mystery from start to finish. You didn't know where this season was going. So it kept you intrigued with that aspect. And when you start, it just kept going into a deeper hole of understanding what happened. And I love that aspect of this. And at the end, in the finale, it left us with so many questions. My number one question was, what happened to his wife? What happened to Wayne Hayes, aka Purple Haze, aka Mahershala Ali's? What happened to his wife? The whole time, through the whole season, it's showing that it's a silhouette, or, kind of like a trauma, like a ghost image, so to speak, talking to him about this case as an old man. So now I'm like, she's dead. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, she's dead. you know, because she's talking to him as a spirit, you know, and he just kind of like, shut up, leave me alone, kind of hallucinating. So I'm like, yeah, she must be dead. And then you get to the last episode and it doesn't show what happened to her. Like, they basically say that they solved the case, which, you know, and I'm even upset in episode 7 that it brings up Rusty Cole, and which is Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson's, you know, detective back in the first season. So it brings up that pedophile ring, which I kept thinking the whole time through this whole season that, okay, yeah, it's about that same pedophile ring. I got excited. Like, wow, this has some connection to the first season. I love that. Then you'd find out that they solved the case at a late age, you know, in life. And they, you know, the black guy with the one missing eye, you get a hold of him and boom, he just tells the whole story. My thing was, why didn't he tell the whole story when he saw Wayne Hayes' wife at that, you know, that book signing? She was going over a book. So why didn't he pull her to the side and be like, hey, you know, we got to talk, you know, might as well just talk about it. So that was kind of like one of the things that I was kind of really on edge about. But I can say that this season I'll give it a strong 9 out of 10. Strong 9 out of 10. The only thing that I wouldn't give a 10 out of 10 is because it leaves you with questions. And I'm pretty sure that HBO and then the writers and directors, they wanted to leave you with that mystery to keep you on edge for season 4. Maybe it ties in to the first season. So maybe season 4 expands upon that pedophile ring. Hence why Wayne Hayes in episode 7, he got into those 2 black cars with the, I'm guessing he was like a governor or a senator or something like that, a man of high power. And then he was keep asking him about that cop that they killed. He was like, oh, so he didn't tell you anything. Perfect. So that leads me to believe that he was going to stumble upon it, but they killed him about the pedophile ring. Although that had nothing to do with those 2 missing kids, he was going to stumble upon that pedophile ring from season 1 because it's dealing with so many powerful figures about the pedophile ring. So that's where I think season 4 is going to head into, to kind of keep going about that pedophile ring in season 1. And I do hope that they bring Matthew McConaughey back. You don't even have to bring him back for a full season. Just do an episode. I don't care. I would love that. But I loved this season. It kept me entertained. It kept me intrigued. And that's what drew me. And that's what made me fall in love with the True Detective show series in the first place, is that you never know what to expect. And it gave you deeper into the rabbit hole about this case. And I love that. And season 2 was, it was, you know, 6 out of 10. I love that he tried to venture off and do just another story about True Detective, but bringing it back to the roots and then bringing it back to the South is, I'm like, yeah, this is dope. So, if you enjoyed my review of True Detective, spoilers and all, subscribe to my channel. Post comment down below. Let's talk about it. Did you guys like True Detective or not? Do you guys watch True Detective? Do you think that you left out on questions just how I felt? You know, you have a lot of questions. Let's talk about that. So post comment down below. Like this video. It is your boy, D. Dyson. Peace.